Angel Bumpus was convicted of murdering a man she never met when she was 13 years old in a home she's never been to while committing a robbery where nothing was taken with a co-defendant who she also never met and who was acquitted. After digging into the trial transcript, I've uncovered new information about a prosecution-friendly judge, a corrupt cop, a shady prosecutor, and junk forensic science. Among 12 suspects was the victim's wife, who had been suspected by the victim's daughter, but police returned the wife's gloves from the crime scene. Also, Angel's brothers made a suspicious phone call about the murder.
Nah, you just go through 13.
Uh-oh. Think about it. They called.
Investigators failed to compare the duct tape used in the crime to a roll found in the house, did not test the hair that was recovered, and could not identify 9 fingerprints that were collected from the scene. The only evidence against Angel was 2 fingerprints found on duct tape at the crime scene. However, many real scientists consider forensics to be junk science. Asserting that a fingerprint from a crime scene can be traced to a specific person is indefensible. When so-called experts were given similar fingerprints from different people, they misidentified the fingerprint source up to 28% of the time. Recently, the second highest court in the United States ruled that fingerprints alone may be insufficient to prove guilt. Judge Greenholz refused to let the defense put Angel's yearbook photo into evidence. However, he allowed the prosecution to introduce documents asserting the evidence had not been tampered with, even though the prosecution failed to give this information to Angel's lawyers in advance. Additionally, Greenholz deferentially referred to prosecutors as generals and sometimes spoke pejoratively to Angel's attorneys. Also, Greenholz did not stop Prosecutor Williams from asking improper questions to Angel's grandmother. Carl Fields, the lead detective, was himself the subject of 5 internal investigations and was criminally charged with evidence tampering. In a different murder case, he allegedly coached a witness. Fields has also lied about being carjacked. In other cases, he flirted with a rape victim and flirted with a murder victim's mother. Nicholas Cheatham, the prosecution's star witness against Angel's co-defendant, was a convicted bank robber. Judge Greenholz did not permit questioning that could show that police tried to help Cheatham straighten out his story. Despite this, Cheatham's testimony was notable mainly for 2 F-bombs and other swearing. D.A. Pinkston ridiculously stated that showing Angel's yearbook photo would be inflammatory. In closing arguments, both Pinkston and his assistant falsely said that Angel's fingerprints were found on a chair, and his assistant falsely said Angel and her co-defendant were buddies. Recently, it has been revealed that Pinkston secretly married his chief of staff and gave her a $30,000 raise. Also, Pinkston hired his brother-in-law as an investigator. The only way the partial fingerprints could convict Angel is if the other evidence strongly supported her guilt. Reality is the exact opposite. Prosecutors fought to prevent the jury from knowing that at 13 years old and 80 pounds, Angel not only would have been unable to commit the crime alone, but would also have been useless as an accomplice. The 45-minute walk from her home to the crime scene makes the prosecution's time frame nearly impossible. The supposed robbery motive is absurd when cash, jewelry, and drugs were left at the scene. Fact: Judge Greenholz's rulings favored the prosecution and hurt the defense. Fact: there is more evidence of misconduct by the prosecutor and lead detective than of Angel Bumpus's guilt. Fact: Angel Bumpus was convicted based on unvalidated junk science. Fact: the criminal justice system is broken. This is just one wrongful conviction that has received publicity. There are likely many more. Fighting crime by using unscientific and unethical means to jail innocent people makes communities less safe, not more safe.